Hello everyone, welcome back to Canon Events, the show where we look at some of comics' most famous stories and we go through their canon events with some voice acting. I'm your host, the Comic Wraith, and today we're looking at Ultron Unlimited by Kurt Busiek and George Perez, respectively. This story is probably the most, I would say, well-known Ultron story from the 90s run, specifically the late 90s. It's basically a story of what inspired his take in the MCU, which I think is criminally underutilized. Let's get into it. I'm so excited to do this one. I don't have any more for an intro. Let's do it.
We attribute the success to mankind.
A distasteful way to keep an eye on my foes. But
Good evening, Americas, and welcome to the all-new It's Amazing, the TV show about what's happening in this amazing world of ours. I'm your returning host, Max Sanders, and my new co-host is Diane Cummings, the only cast member to appear not only on the classic Star Kings TV show, but on Star Kings A New Dynasty, Star Kings Border Outpost, and Star Kings Lost Crusade as well.
Thanks, Mac. It's great to be here. And what better way to kick off our new run than with an in-depth, up-close and personal look at our amazing world's most popular superheroes, the mighty Avengers.
It wasn't that long ago that the Avengers were seemingly lost to us after years of heroic exploits. The team disbanded after the apparent deaths of their key members in a battle with the cosmic being Onslaught, but our heroes survived as heroes do, and the team reformed and has been making a splash in the news ever since.
Whether they've been battling the Squadron Supreme mind-controlled heroes of another world to prove their bona fides, preventing longtime foe the Grim Reaper from bringing about a literal hell on Earth in Manhattan's Central Park, or standing against the destructive rampages of the violent and demonic pagan in Texas and Times Square, the Avengers have captured the world's attention like never before.
And what a group they've been as well! This incarnation of the Avengers boasts big names like Captain America, Thor, and the Armored Iron Man, longtime mainstays like the Scarlet Witch and the Vision,
And even young newcomers like Justice and Firestar. These newest of Earth's mightiest heroes have received mixed reaction from the public so far. Both are former members of the New Warriors. But while Firestar has amassed high Q ratings, especially among teenage boys, the same cannot be said for new member
Oh, great. Look at this.
Justice, who has been sidelined after being injured on a recent adventure, has won less adulation from hero watchers. Whether it's the one-time manslaughter conviction or his obvious over-enthusiasm at team press conferences,
This is national TV, and they're telling everyone I'm a geek. A geek and a foul-up.
Don't let it bother you, Vance. You know it wasn't your fault. You were injured. It was Black Knight's mistake. You even saved the whole team against Doomsday Man.
Yeah, Angel, but that's not what the reporters see, is it? They just see a starstruck kid overawed at finally making the varsity.
You've been working on that, Vance.
And I thought I was doing okay, too. Not that I'm gonna be able to prove myself much more. To myself or anyone else. Not with this stupid broken leg.
but not all the drama's being handled by the younger set, eh, Diane?
absolutely, Mac. In fact, one of the hottest topics on internet superhero discussion groups these days is the startling developments in the intensely private lives of the Vision, the Scarlet Witch, and the recently reborn Wonder Man.
For years, the mutant Scarlet Witch and the android Vision have been happily married after a controversial romance. But in recent times, that union seems to be dissolved, and Wonder Man, who'd been reportedly killed in a space battle, began appearing as part of the Reformed team's battles. First, we're told as a kind of ghostly manifestation, and then, in battle with the Grim Reaper, Wonder Man's brother, ironically enough, he was permanently resurrected, and has apparently been keeping company with the lovely Scarlet Witch ever since. The couple, however, has not been forthcoming.
Look, guys, no offense, but the lady and I would like to be alone.
But what's been at the heart of speculation and gossip
Is the fact that the Vision's android mind was originally based on recordings of Wonder Man's brain. So has she switched from the copy to the original, from brother to brother? Or is it something else? I'm really sorry about this, Wanda. I never meant to drag our private lives into the spotlight like this.
It's not important, Simon. After years of anti-mutant hysteria, I have very little concern for what the public thinks of me. It's your brother Eric that matters now. What do the doctors say?
They're hopeful, but he's been bitter and withdrawn ever since we captured him, brought him back to the real world. My visits don't seem to help, but he's my brother. I can't give up. I feel responsible for his insanity in part, just like I feel guilty about coming between you and the Vision.
I've told you before, Simon. You shouldn't be. The Vision and I had our own problems. And all any of us can do is be true to ourselves and fight for what happiness we can. Oh!
The hospital! It's been trashed!
These people. Some of them are still alive!
Do what you can for them, Wanda. I'll call for ambulances and... Dr. Jansen? What happened here?
Robots burst in, attacked. Couldn't stop them. But your brother, the Grim Reaper, they took him.
Still, the Avengers have been no strangers to controversy, whether it's stemmed from the Hulk being a founding member or their recurrent battles with the government over control of the team's activities.
And today's no different, Mac. It was only recently, after all, that the Avengers failed to defeat the destructive Pagan at the Triune Understanding's new Texas headquarters. And after the battle seemed to implicate the Understanding itself in the attack.
Saying the Understanding had their own temple wrecked, Iron Man? That seems a little...
I'm not saying that. Look, we have a lot of unanswered questions about the Triune Understanding, but we're not accusing them of anything. However, we did come here on the trail of a very dangerous supervillain. A trail that led directly here. We're disappointed that the Understanding chose to block any further investigation, and we hope they'll reconsider that stance.
Of all the... And to think I actually used to admire that armored creep. I say we call a press conference, Mr. Tremont. Tell him to shove that innuendo up his circuit boards.
No, Triathlon. You are the Understanding's resident superhero, as it were. So it's only natural for you to think confrontationally. But public squabble is not the Triune way. Still, you may rest assured, the Triune Understanding will deal with the Avengers' slanders in its own fashion.
But despite public perception that Iron Man's remarks are only meant to distract from the Avengers' failure against Pagan, the team's approval ratings have been at record high since their return, even with 3 mutants on their team. This is...
Excuse me, Mac, but I've got to break in here. I've just received word from New York that the Avengers are going into action. And, by arrangement with the Maria Stark Foundation, the Avengers' financial supporters, It's Amazing, is going along. Here's the situation according to what we've been told. A senior vice president of Osborn Chemicals has been kidnapped by the eco-terrorist group, the Flaming Sword. And they've threatened to kill him unless Osborn ceases their deplorable chemical abuse of third world nations. Because they're holding him at Osborn's Manhattan plant, the Avengers were called.
Okay, folks, I've gone up against the Flaming Sword recently. We can expect him to have state-of-the-art weaponry. And worse...
The crypto-fascist soldiers of the status quo dare to defend their corrupt masters, and so they shall share their fate. So shall all who oppose us.
Allow me, Cap. As I was saying, they've got Firebrand on their side, and he's a pretty rough customer, as you've seen. But underneath all that revolutionary cant, they're a bunch of phonies, using eco-concerns as cover for grand-scale theft.
Then choose thou each a foe, Avengers! And let them know that the Avengers have arrived, and their foul villainy shall not be permitted to stand!
I still don't think we should have brought the hover camera. We're here to do a job after all, not put on a show.
Ugh, ease up, Cap. A little publicity won't hurt. The world was badly shaken after Onslaught, and it's good to have a chance to show them the Avengers are back on the job.
And there you have it, folks. The Avengers in action.
And you are there!
Back off, heroes, or I give the order, and there'll be one less corporate weasel in the world.
Don't adjust your set, folks. There's nothing wrong with the color. What you're looking at is the Osborn sub-basement, where Charles Standish is being held by the Flaming Sword, and you're seeing it through very special circumstances.
Huh? Who?
Namely a direct video feed from the optic circuits of the Vision.
I advise surrender, gentlemen. You have made your statement and virtually ensured an investigation into Osborn's overseas practices. But I will not allow Mr. Standish to be harmed.
The robot!
Got him!
Very well. I shall use my density-changing ability to disrupt your biological systems. And my solar eye beams to neutralize your weapons. The result will be the same.
And that's that. No muss, no fuss. Let's switch back to outside, as the Vision lets the others know Standish has been rescued.
Thy prisoners die no more, Firebrand. And by my hammer, thou shalt be the next to fall! Empty words, you mythological sham. You control the weather and you think you can fool people into thinking you're a god. But I am Firebrand. I am the unfettered fury of the world itself, crying for justice. Thou art powerful, villain. I will give thee that. But mark this well. Thou dost face the one true God of Thunder, and the Lord of the Living Lightning! More I walk through volcanoes, fool! Lightning cannot hurt me!
And what's this? It looks like the last of the Avengers have finally arrived.
I'm sure you could knock this guy silly given time, Thor. But let me see if we can't speed things up a little.
What?
It's called Hex Power, Firebrand. I'm merging it with the power your body's made out of. The plan was to take control of you, but it seems I'm not experienced enough with my new abilities to do that.
No matter, fair one. Thine arcane power hath done enough already. It doth make Firebrand writhe and struggle against it, giving Thor the time to use his hammer to shatter the bounds of reality, to open a rift between dimensions. And with Wonder Man's assistance.
I got you, Thor. We'll send Mr. Stay Puft here through the dimensional gulf, where he won't be bothering anyone.
And now it looks like it's just a matter of cleaning up.
No!
We surrender!
And another Avengers case is successfully concluded. But we've still got time left, so let's stick around as the police take the terrorists away and the press arrives.
No fatalities?
Recovered a shipment of valuable radioactive isotopes the Flaming Sword were apparently stealing.
Ah, gentlemen, we shall retrieve Firebrand once suitable containment hath been prepared.
What about the Triunes? Is your hostility religious bigotry or just incompetence?
Iron Man's comment about the Flaming Sword. Is he against environmental issues?
And the mutant issue? You harbor mutants. Does that mean you support the mutant conspiracy?
What?
Methinks these questions are unseemly, mortals.
I don't believe this. We just stopped a terrorist threat and you're sandbagging us?
So, Wanda, you feel harbored?
Rarely.
We'll have the Maria Stark Foundation issue a full release on what happened here tonight. As for the rest, the Avengers have no intention of dignifying such scurrilous questions with any response whatsoever.
And that's our show, folks. Tune in again next week when we're interviewing...
How rich. The mighty Avengers, my most hated enemies. Assailed by the jackals of the press. How troubled they must be. And yet, whatever troubles they think they have now, they are little more than an illusion. For the threat of Ultron looms above them once again. And distracted as they are, by the time they realize it, it will be far, far too late.
Ultron. You always did count your chickens before they were hatched. But it won't be long. Not long at all. Before you discover you have troubles of your own.
You!
Yes, me. I'm back.
Hold the door, would you, Jarvis?
Of course, Miss Firestar. Would you like any assistance with your belongings?
We can handle it all, thanks. Isn't that right, Vance?
Sure, no problem. But I've got to say, all those years I dreamed about moving into Avengers Mansion someday. Never thought I'd be doing it in a full leg cast.
Are you okay, Vance? Maybe you should take it easier with your leg. You might not be fully over your concussion.
I'm fine. Maybe I was dumb enough to go into battle against orders, get myself beaten up by the Doomsday Man, on top of getting cracked in the head by the Black Knight's sword, and maybe I can't go on missions until I'm off the injured list. But boxes of books I can still handle.
Don't snap at me, you big goof. You know I love you.
And the Avengers really do have your best interest at heart, sir.
I know. You don't have to talk me off of any ledges, either of you. It's just, well, I thought I was turning a corner, and now...
Justice, Firestar. I'd forgotten you were moving in today. I'd offered to help, but,
No sweat cap, really. What's up?
Press conference. We scheduled it a week ago, and I hadn't realized it'd be a conflict. Maybe you could come on down and join in whenever you have a chance.
Sure, 10 minutes.
It'll do Vance good to get some of the spotlight. Maybe settle him down a little. And I'm glad Iron Man suggested this. Things have been a bit tense with the media recently. And I'm looking forward to getting everything back to normal. So, ladies and gentlemen.
No offense, Captain. You, Iron Man, and Thor make for a good copy, but I'd hope to talk to Wonder Man and the Scarlet Witch as well.
They're off at lunch, Mr. Anderson. But with luck, they'll be back soon.
And the Vision?
The Vision? That's funny. I could have sworn he was at the mansion today.
Welcome, people. Welcome. We have a special addition to the entertainment today. At long last, we've convinced the world's most famous transient to dance. One dance with the cafe's regulars, doing one of the traditional dances of their childhood. So without further ado, friends and patrons, I give you Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. I have never seen such beauty, Miss Maximoff. Not since I left the Transient Alps so many years ago. You are welcome to dance here any day, every day.
Thank you, Stavros. You're very kind and very generous. But I don't think you'd want to risk your cafe being attacked by the Toad or Necrodamus. And now, if you'll excuse me, I should get back to my date.
You were wonderful, Wanda.
It was good, wasn't it? I thought I'd freeze up, that I'd stumble over my own feet and embarrass myself. But I didn't, and I think I know why. It's you, Simon. Your outgoing nature encouraging me to be more open, less introverted.
That's great, Wanda. I'm glad for you.
But something's bothering you, Simon. Is it your brother?
He broke out of the sanitarium, Wanda. He had a plan already arranged to spring him, and I thought he really had a chance this time. A clean break from his past as the Grim Reaper. A way to start again. But now...
You don't know he escaped. The hospital staff told us they were attacked by some kind of robots and he was taken. Maybe he was kidnapped.
That's really not much of a...
I know. But you can't blame yourself for this, Simon. You gave him every chance. Try to help him turn around. And the Avengers will find him. You know we won't stop looking till... The Vision!
What is it, Miss Maximoff? Is there some trouble?
That customer, Stavros. The one in the back booth over there. When did he come in?
Mr. Shade. I think he came in well before you did. He's a regular customer. He just recently started coming in again after being gone for months. But before that, he was our steadiest customer. Why?
Victor Shade. The Vision's holographic disguise, but he's been a regular here?
Is something wrong, Wanda?
I don't know, Simon. I don't know.
Excuse me, Captain, but I have to ask. Both you and Iron Man have publicly disparaged the Triune Understanding after they were attacked by that pagan creature, and after you failed to stop him. Why blame the victim?
We blame no one, Miss McLaren. We had tracked Lord Templar to the Triune Temple, and they refused to let us investigate. That's their right, of course. But I'd like to know why.
And I'm sure religious intolerance had nothing to do with it. Would you do the same if it was the Chase Manhattan Bank?
Religious intolerance? Lady, that's crazy. Cap just told you.
But the Avengers have a history of preferential treatment, don't they? How many African-American members have you had over the years? How many do you have right now, for that matter?
What hath the color of a man's skin to do with the content of his heart?
It's not about heart, Thor, but about trust. Why should we trust you with this so-called justice, a convicted murderer on your team? Not to mention other mutants, and that debacle with the Sandman.
Have a care, mortal. The God of Thunder is not spoken to in such a...
Avengers! Help me!
Wasp!
Thank heaven I made it. I flew all the way from New Jersey.
What is it, Jen? What's going on?
It's Hank, Iron Man. He's been kidnapped.
That's it. This press conference is over. We'll try to schedule another time, all of you. But I'm afraid you'll have to go now.
What? What kind of cheap diversion? Those wings on your head don't give you the right to duck our questions, Avenger. And if something's going on, the public has a right to...
Methinks thou didst not hear the captain clearly, Sira. He did ask thee to leave.
Regret this, you...
You can't push around the press.
Huh?
Public will hear...
Just hazarding a guess, but that's not how most Avengers press conferences wrap up, right?
I wouldn't think so. I hope this isn't how things will be from now on. Let's get inside.
Fill us in, Jan. If Hank has been taken, you know we'll move heaven and earth to get him back.
I know, Steve. I just keep hoping it's not what it appears to be. That there's some other explanation. I drove up to Old Tappan this morning. Hank and I had a lunch date. But when I got to his lab at Nugent Technologies, it was devastated. Alice Nugent, the owner, met me and told me it was...
Robots, Mr. Van Dyne. They were unstoppable and implacable. They burst in, trashed the lab, grabbed Hank and flew off. They were hideous, with faces like some awful jack-o'-lantern.
Like a jack-o'-lantern? Oh no. No.
What is it?
I tried to contact you on my communicard, but something about the attack, some kind of electromagnetic residue had shorted it out. So I flew here as fast as I could. The automatic defenses recognized me, but I was too frantic to reach the door. So I blasted my way through the glass.
I overheard your conversation via the mentioned computers as I returned from outside. Do not worry, chat. We will find Giant Man.
Thank you, Vision.
Excuse me, sirs. Madam Wasp, Miss Firestar. I hate to intrude, but I have more news.
Jarvis?
There seems to be a situation at the Wakanda Design Group plant. The Black Panther is in combat with an intruder, but metallurgical sensors reveal the intruder to be a robotic humanoid and composed of adamantium.
Adamantium?
I want all active Avengers in the Quinjet Bay now! You too, of course, Wasp. We're headed for Long Island. Justice, you man to come on board and alert Simon and Wanda. Tell them where we're going and to meet us there.
Ultron.
You don't know that yet, Jan. There's not enough evidence.
I know it. You've read the files, Firestar, but you haven't lived it. It was just an experiment, an attempt by Hank to create artificial intelligence.
Allow me, boss. You are distraught, as is only to be expected. I will continue the narrative for Angelica's benefit. The primitive Ultron 1 turned on its creator, attacking him and defeating him, whereupon it fled, but not before bathing him in a hypnotic ray, and commanding him to forget he'd ever begun such an experiment. This bought Ultron time to rebuild and improve himself, and though he first battled the team as Ultron 5, it was as Ultron 6 that he gained his greatest advantage, rebuilding himself out of indestructible adamantium. And in many incarnations since, he has become one of the deadliest and most persistent enemies the Avengers have ever faced.
You're leaving out a thing or two, Vision. It's not just his power that's made him such a threat to us, but what he's done over the years. He created both allies and adversaries in that time. Not just the Vision, but Ultron's bride, Jocasta, as well. And after she turned against him too, he tried again with the twisted Alkhema. He's funded and equipped the Grim Reaper.
But in the end, it always comes back to Hank. To my Hank. Half the time, he's trying to kill him out of some freakish Oedipal obsession with his father, when he isn't trying to use Hank to dupe him, or enlist him somehow in his perverse schemes.
Heads up, Avengers. We're here. I see no need to advertise our presence, so I'm bringing us down into the underground approach bay. We can continue from there into the main plant.
I am attempting to interface with the plant computers, but they are badly damaged. I cannot tell where they...
Never mind, Vision. We'll just do what we always do and follow the sounds of breaking metal. Now come on, we may not have much time.
Wow. I know the Wasp was one of the Avengers' best leaders in the past, but I've never seen her this driven.
Can you blame her, Firestar? Ultron consistently seeks to destroy all biological life on Earth. That alone would be enough to oppose him vigorously. But given his complex history with us, as well as his fixation on Henry Pym, it is an underestimation to say that for the Wasp, and indeed all of us, this is personal.
Easy, Jan. We need to proceed carefully and stay together. We can't be sure what we're going to...
Of course we know what we're going to find, Iron Man. We're going to find that sick metal monstrosity called... Huh? Alkhema!
Actually, Wasp, it's Alkhema too now. But come in. I'm glad you could make it so quickly. I was getting bored with no one but the Panther here to play with.
Put the Panther down, Alkhema, now! And tell us where Hank Pym is, or we'll make you wish you had!
Oh, Cap! Such fire, such steel. I've positively got chills. So you've misplaced an Avenger, huh? I call that carelessness, but here, let me give you a replacement. Now, Avengers. I expect better than that. Where's your skill, your drive, your gumption? And come to think of it, where's that rascal Hawkeye? He was always so much fun to damage.
Alkhema's mind was based on the brain patterns of Mockingbird, Hawkeye's late wife, just like Jocasta's were based on mine. But I can't let that rattle me. Can't start thinking of her as Bobby. You never cared about Hank, witch! So you must be in league with Ultron again! Tell us where he is, or...
Me? In league with Ultron? Don't be ridiculous, sweetheart. Ultron and I, we never did see eye to eye. Remember? But I'll tell you this. Ultron is back. And I know he's so looking forward to tormenting you Avengers.
And what's your part in it?
You don't listen very well, do you, Iron Man? I don't like Ultron. I wouldn't help him change a light bulb. In fact, I came here to spoil his fun by killing you all before he could get to it. Ah! Ah! Oh, look, the energy shield morphs into an offensive weapon. You must be so proud, Captain. Now, let's see how fast you can revert it into a shield again before my concussion blast splatters you all over the wall.
Ah! The battle goes poorly. I cannot hope to damage her outer shell, but perhaps if I shift to maximum density directly above her, impact might crack something within.
Well done, friend Vision. Surely thou hast disabled her.
I have not, Thor, but in this state, I weigh over 90 tons. My fists hit with immense impact. Join me in battering her, and perhaps we can triumph.
Did you say 90 tons?
Eh? What do you do?
Well, it's not much, but it'll have to do!
Oh my lord. That was Vision and Thor. And she tossed them as easily as...
Alright, I'm bored again. Who's next?
I am, you psychotic thing! I am!
How nice. The new girl, right?
Maybe I can't beat you, but I'm sure gonna try. My powers are microwave-based, and that means they'll pass right through your armor. Heat you up from the inside out. All I have to do is keep it up. Eventually I'll melt the wire, or the right circuit, and you'll fall.
Oh, really? Would you care to bet your life on that, new girl?
Start now!
Pull back! You can't!
I was going to...
You're a very brave young woman, Firestar. But we need live Avengers, not sacrifice plays.
Who's next?
Try to get around her right rear quarter, Iron Man. We can flank her, hit her from two sides at once.
No, Cap. Stand back. I'll handle this. I'm sure you remember me, Alkhema. And you remember what I can do. The only thing that keeps your adamantium innards from freezing up is your internal molecular rearranger. Surrender now, or I use my hex power to disrupt it and twist you inside out.
Nice try, Scarlet Witch, but you're bluffing. If this pretty pink fluff really could affect me, you'd have already done it.
By my father's beard! Thou hast insulted a son of Asgard, creature! And I shall teach you the error of thy...
Thor, Vision, stay back! Let Wanda play this out.
Even the last time we met, Ultron and I had shielded our rearrangers with a field your hexes couldn't penetrate. And since then, I've improved it.
You had your chance, Alkhema. You see, I've improved too.
Wait, what are you?
Oh!
By my troth!
Good lord!
Holy.
She won't be any more trouble. Will you, Alkhema?
No more! No more!
Then tell us where Hank is! Maybe you're not working for Ultron, but you said you knew he was after us. So what's he up to? Where is he?
Have you tried the Yellow Pages?
Wrong answer, Alkhema.
All right. If you really want to know where Ultron is, I'd turn on CNN right about now.
In breaking news, the tiny Baltic nation of Slovenia came under devastating attack today by unknown forces. For more on the story, we take you to our German bureau and to Dieter Hansen.
Thank you, Aaron. Fire rained down from the sky over the Slovenian capital of Jablonka today, bringing death without warning. As seen in this chilling video footage, beams of searing energy lance from the clouds, killing hundreds, throwing a country into panic, and ruthlessly, methodically, destroying entire villages. It wasn't until an hour later that the flying construct responsible for the carnage descended low enough to be spotted in Slovenian skies. But by then, there were few alive to see them. We do have a cameraman on the scene who has been broadcasting this horrifying footage. Eli, are you there?
I'm here, Dieter. And what you're looking at is the remains of Grassy Square in downtown Splunka. The death toll has been... Wait! Over by the old parliament, I see a figure. Everyone in that area is dead, or so I thought to be. So I'm going to see if I can get a little closer. See if I can find out who it is. Maybe there's some clue to what caused this senseless massacre. What anyone could possibly hope to gain from... Oh! Oh, dear Lord in heaven! I think he's seen me!
Was this a cameraman? How utterly human.
Identity confirmed. Captain America, Paladin Plus clearance.
This way, Captain. We appreciate you and the Avengers coming so quickly.
We take Ultron very seriously, Major. We are entirely at your service.
I don't get it, Angel. I can see why we were working with the Panther before. He was there when Alkhema attacked the Quinjet plant, and it's a Wakandan plant anyway. But why'd Cap invite him along this mission too? After he found out he only joined the Avengers in the first place so he could spy on us, you'd think...
His enhanced senses, he can hear you.
Justice, Firestar, let me make something clear. Whatever reason the Black Panther may have had for joining the Avengers originally, he's since proven his bravery and loyalty over and over. I and the Avengers are proud to have him in their ranks.
Of course, I didn't mean... Huh? I wasn't knocking the Panther's record, I just thought, well, the Cap was steamed at the Panther over this. He's the one who put him up for membership way back when.
Vance, you're sweet, and you mean well, and I love you madly, but this really isn't the time... Thor?
If thou wilt permit me, my young friends, think on this. Young Vance, if thou hadst quarrelled with one who had been like a brother to thee, quarrelled most deeply, wouldst thou afterward easily countenance disparaging words said of thy brother by another?
Point taken, Thor.
Right through here, if you would.
Ah, here you are! We don't have time for pleasantries, Avengers. So let's get right down to business. This is about Slovenia, as you've been told.
We saw the television footage. Looks like you have more.
Yes. From security cameras, observation satellites, and other sources, we've pretty well reconstructed that murderous robot's attack. It began at 8 p.m. Slovenian time. A force of approximately 60 hovering warcraft rose out of the Gulf of Karnu, striking and demolishing the seaport in minutes. The next target was Slovenia's airfields, both military and commercial. Nothing made it off the ground. The train stations and rail yards went next, as did highways out of the country. It's clear Ultron's first priority was to keep the Slovenes contained. By then, the Slovene military was responding, but their tanks were no match for Ultron's warcraft. and then the mechanized ground troops showed up. They went through the Silurine soldiers like a scythe through ripe wheat. By this time, the Silurines were desperate. They fielded Targoth groups, genetically altered zombie warriors, part of an outlaw program they've told the Security Council had been discontinued. They were no help. Nor was the Black Brigade, the ex-Russian cyborg mercenary who's been working for the Silurine government in recent years. Ultron's mechanical troops decimated Black Brigade's robot drones, and Ultron himself disposed of Black Brigade. That was when we first knew it was him.
Holy! I fought Black Brigade, and he was no pushover. To destroy him that casually.
There's more, Iron Man. The Silurines even fielded a being called Ember, the so-called folkloric defender of the oppressed Dudak minority. According to reports, Ember was actually mystically reborn. I don't put a lot of stock in that mumbo-jumbo myself. No offense, Thor.
I take no insult, General. But this Ember, he did achieve no greater success than his fellows.
No, and this was just the start. Ultron had stationed troops at the borders to make sure no one got out. And once the resistance was crushed, they marched inward, rooting out and killing everyone in the country. No one escaped. 3 hours, Avengers. That's how long it took them to murder every man, woman, and child in Slorinia. 3 hours. And then we received this.
Hear me, nations of the world. Slorenia stands uninhabited and ungoverned. Accordingly, I am claiming it for my own, since it stands as eternal proof that human lives cannot stand against the steel of machinery. Slorenia has reached its end, but will become a beginning as well. Slorenia is a place of death and rebirth, and will soon take its place as a cradle of a new race and birthplace of my new world!
His new world.
What is it, Iron Man? What's wrong? What we saw was awful, but it's like you took it more personally.
Ultron always hits close to home for me, Firestar. He represents the dark side of technology, the soulless coldness of it. And even though it was Hank Pym who first built him, he always reminds me of the times my armors have been used to kill others, and what a danger I can be.
You shouldn't think that way, Iron Man. Even if the armor is a danger, and it's saved thousands, if not millions of lives, you're not responsible for it. You just pilot it. It's your employer Tony Stark who created it.
I'm concerned about the new race comet he made. What about Alkhema? Ultron built her after all, and before we captured her, she implied that she knew what Ultron was up to. Did you get anything out of her?
No, but we haven't given up yet.
You're not getting out, Alkhema. That casing is pure adamantium, as tough as you are, and you're not gonna break it. You told the Avengers you wanted to spoil Ultron's fun, and you can still do that. Just tell us what he's planning next.
Has she made any response at all, sir?
Not a word, Klein. She just stays stock still, like she has since she was delivered here. And I can swear she's humming.
The international response has been astounding. We have 20,000 crack troops, UN troops from Russia, France, Israel, India, the US, and more, ready to invade Slorinia and contain Ultron. But the Avengers have the most experience with Ultron. We want you to lead the assault.
Agreed. I'd prefer the Avengers went in alone, of course, but I can understand that the international community wouldn't want to trust their safety to such a small group. We'll rendezvous with the UN troops whenever you choose, General. Justice will be returning to New York due to his injuries.
It's for the best, Vance.
I know.
But we'll be joined en route by 4 more of our team, who are currently in New Jersey investigating an incident that might be related to this atrocity.
You really think it was Ultron?
I'd bet my fortune on it, Dr. Nugent.
Please, make it Alice.
All right, Alice. Wait a minute. Alice Nugent? Now I remember you. you used to be Hank's lab assistant, right? No offense, but how did you come up to be heading up your own firm?
As it happens, Wasp, I always did. When we hired Dr. Pym a few years ago, I wanted to work with him, to learn from seeing his research methods, his laboratory procedure. I didn't tell him it was my company. I acted like an employee, so he wouldn't feel like the boss was looking over his shoulder, so to speak. But that's all in the past now. I explained my motives to Dr. Pym when I hired him again a few months ago, and he understood.
This is where it happened?
Yes. Here, I'll unseal his lab.
Good lord.
They were certainly thorough, weren't they? As if they weren't just after Hank, but out to leave nothing behind that might lead to them. Dr. Nugent, Jan, do you remember what Hank was working on?
It was something about adapting insect communication to broadcast technologies, Wanda. It was pretty technical.
Perhaps his abductors wanted that technology as much as Dr. Pym.
Maybe so, but this isn't the first time I've seen a scene like this in the last few days. Or am I being paranoid, Wanda?
No. I see it too, Simon.
Wanda and I went to visit my brother at the sanitarium, Vision. He'd been kidnapped too, just like this.
Yes, I heard.
I'm trying to sense any unusual energy residues, but I'm not picking anything up. Ugh. Vision, your sensors are better attuned to the technology than my hex power.
I have found no atypical readings as yet, but my onboard sensors are more sophisticated than ever, and I will continue to scan.
Vision. I've been meaning to ask you about the scene at Cafe Transia yesterday. I was dancing, and I saw you watching, and you bolted.
I did not follow you and Simon there. I often go to Cafe Transia. I find I enjoy the ambiance there.
I know. Stavros told me you were there before we arrived. But really, Vision, he also told me you're Cafe Transia's best customer. A restaurant that serves my ethnic cuisine. We should talk about this.
There is nothing to talk about, I assure you.
Jan, what is it?
I'm alright, Wanda. It's just Hank's employee ID.
I know how strong you are, Jan. How strong you've had to be. But this, it must be tearing you up inside. And you don't have to face it alone.
I'm so scared, Wanda. So terribly scared for Hank. Not just for his life, but for his sanity as well. And the worst part is, I know that some of what he's going through, some of it's my fault.
What? How can you say that, Jan?
Because it's true, Wanda. Because there's no way of escaping it. Not if I'm honest. You know how we were at the start. He was the staid, stuffy scientist. First as Ant-Man, and then as Giant Man. Always so serious. So dedicated.
Those hijackers. I can't spot them. Where could they have gone?
And I was his ditzy socialite partner. In it for the fun and thrills.
Search me, Blue Eyes. Maybe it's time to try a new strategy. Like, say, going home and curling up in front of a roaring fire while whispering sweet nothings into my shell-like ear.
Always needling him. Trying to get him to be more romantic, more attentive. I thought it was just play. Just our way of showing affection. But that was before an experiment of his, Ultron 1, went bad.
Hold still, Dad. Don't you know I want to play with you?
He gained self-awareness, hypnotized Hank, and escaped, leaving him mentally weakened.
Hank? What happened? Are you...
Can't seem to remember.
We clashed with Ultron a couple of times after that. But Hank still hadn't recovered from the strain when he had a lab accident and was overcome by some untested experimental gases. He theorized later that he'd been thinking of me, of the inhibitions that kept him from proposing to me. The gases changed him, destroyed those inhibitions, making him think he'd killed Henry Pym and was instead someone else. Someone called
Yellow Jacket!
And it was while he was like that, deluded, half crazy, that, God help me, I married him. I should have known better. I knew he'd had a breakdown once before, when his first wife was killed. Knew he'd been under strain. But I was young, and in love. And I knew he really loved me, so what did it matter? I didn't think about how it would affect him. He always said he was glad. But what message did I send? That I wanted him to be someone else? How much of what came afterward could have been avoided if I hadn't reinforced his insecurities? Taken advantage of him like that. Like his third breakdown, during which Ultron captured him, reverted him to his earliest days as Ant-Man, and sent him against the Avengers.
Hank, I can't let you do this!
You're turning on me?
Yes, my love. I must.
It was I who brought him down that day, which must have made him seem like even more of a failure, more of a has-been. And that in turn fueled his depressions, his sense of worthlessness, until they erupted in his fourth breakdown, when he did what he'd never done before. He hit me. All the self-help books, and I've read them all, would say I'm not to blame, that I'm the victim. And maybe they're right. But he'd been my victim too, and I've got to own up to that. That breakdown was the big one. The one that got him court-martialed from the Avengers.
Jan, tell them! Tell them I really was the hero! Tell them!
And even jailed, and charged with treason. In time, he cleared himself, but it was the end of him as a hero, for a long time, and the end of us. We were split apart for a long time, but slowly started coming back together. Our love has endured a lot, but I don't know if it can endure what we're going through now. We're living together again, but Hank's haunted by what he's done and terrified more than anything else that he'll lose control and hit me again. And I want to help him, to heal the damage I helped cause. I love him so much, and I know he loves me, and we're making progress.
Tea, honey? And I thought we might go for a drive later?
Sure. Once I finish these journals, right?
But he's still so wary of me. And now, with this on top of it all...
Avengers, take care. My seismic sensors are registering something approaching.
What?
No! It can't be! It's Ultron! All of Ultron's old incarnations! His old bodies! And an army of his robots!
Oh, how convenient! All four of the Avengers and the Prime One still wanted. All together in one place. All right for the taking.
You're here to kidnap us too?
Of course, Mother. The Prime One has plans for you. Glorious plans.
Oh, really? Well, I've got plans for you, Prime One, too. and they start something like this! Vision, Simon, the first 5 Ultrons and some of his robots? I bet they aren't made of adamantium. I'll concentrate on them, you keep the others involved, and give Wanda room to work.
A sound plan, but do not trust it overmuch. If these Ultrons were truly identical to the incarnations they resemble, for instance, this one, Mark 12, would be kinder, more human.
He wised up on Sonny Boy, just like I snapped out of being that pathetic Cybertron you remember. Now why don't you do your old dad a favor and surrender? You can't hurt us after all.
But I can! I've destroyed adamantium Ultrons before, by slamming them around hard enough for their non-adamantium internal components to crack. And even so, I'm not a patch on what Wanda can do.
No!
Your internal molecular rearrangers have always been your weak point, monsters. They keep you from freezing up inside, but my hex power can send them haywire.
This is amazing. Ultron's one of the Avengers' deadliest enemies, but they didn't flinch. They just rely on their power, their experience, and from here it even looks like they might win.
You are right, mutant. We are vulnerable to you, but a little else. And while we have not forgotten your cursed hex, you seem to have forgotten our encephalo-ray!
Wanda! Blast you, Ultron, if you've murdered her!
Vision, no! She's not dead! The encephalo-ray doesn't kill, remember? It's only thrown her into a deep coma, but you've got to be careful, because the ray can affect even you!
That was excellent advice, but you should have heeded it yourself.
The wind is pulling me back!
Because at your size, you're the most vulnerable of all.
Go ahead, you metal monstrosities. Try that ray on me. Just try. It stung me once, but I'm ready for it now. I'm betting I can resist it. And that means nothing's gonna stop me from taking the whole bunch of you apart. You hear me? Nothing! Huh?
What's going on? Did he...
We haven't been introduced, Wonder Man. I'm Ultron 7. And now, you ionic fool, No 6. Let us. I'm the Ultron he boasted of destroying earlier, so believe me, it'll be a pleasure to return the favor.
Never seen anyone as confident, as experienced as them. They were the Avengers, but he's Ultron. Get me a phone, someone. We've got to report this.
Look at them. They haven't said a word in the last hour. They can handle almost anything, I know that. But they don't seem so sure they can handle this. And if they can't, then all these troops so ready to back them up. I've enjoyed being an Avenger more than I ever thought I would. They solved my health problems. Let me make a difference. If it comes to making the ultimate sacrifice, laying down my life to stop Ultron, I think I can do that. It'd be worth it. Worth the price. Oh, but Vance, I wish I could hold you right now.
I'm back, Jarvis. The little Avenger that couldn't.
I've got your crutches, Master Vance. I've been watching the news. Has there been any word on the others? Anything on the Wasp and her team since they were captured?
No time for that now, Jarvis. I'm headed to the computer room, and I'll need some files. I want everything we've got on Ultron. History, past battles, news clippings, everything.
Right away, sir. But shouldn't you be resting?
I'll rest while I read, Jarvis. I may not be able to fight, but I'm not gonna sit around and play Pokemon. Not while the Avengers are flying into deadly danger.
The Vision, Wonder Man, the Scarlet Witch, Giant Man, the Wasp, and my dear old friend the Grim Reaper. Welcome, one and all, to the setting of my greatest triumph.
Why us, Ultron? You've always been so obsessed with me, so I understand that, but the Reaper? Wonder Man? What do they have to do with any of this?
Why, isn't it obvious? You six, plus the late Jocasta and that annoying mistake Alkhema, are my family, to the extent I have them. Not only as witnesses to the death of humanity, but as the seeds of a new race.
The seeds?
Of the new masters of the entire world!
Good evening. Our top story tonight is the continuing violence in the tiny Baltic nation of Serenia, which less than 48 hours ago was devastated by the genocidal robot known only as Ultron, who has apparently murdered every living being within Serenia's borders. It is just after dawn at Serenia now, and for the past hour, UN troops have been landing along the country's Baltic Sea coast. Early reports indicate that they are encountering severe resistance. Move! Move! There's 4 more platoons behind us! We've got to secure the beach before... Oh lord, they're cutting us to ribbons! No way, they're firing. I've never seen pinpoint accuracy like.
Shut your hole and use your weapon, troop. You can't talk them into... Ah! Ah!
Oh man, look at him. Look at him. No wonder...
Fall back! Look, guys, to the east! Look! Here comes the cavalry!
Avengers, assemble!
Doth Ultron's perfidy know no bounds? These are his victims, the good men and women he heartlessly slaughtered in his usurpation of this land. How dare he make them into weapons?
Ultron's like that, Thor, as we all well know. To him, humanity's nothing but another organic technology. Biologically created units without the durability of... Heads up, crew! We got bogeys at 3 o'clock. Ultron's flying warcraft.
I do see them, Iron Man, and I assure thee, the God of Thunder will not suffer them to long remain.
Holy cow.
What you said, Jack. And then some.
Black Panther, move out! Here! See if you can track down Ultron's command center. Firestar, go with him. He might need air cover.
Understood, Captain America. Come along, Firestar.
Oh, this carnage! Americans, Germans, more dying all around me. It's so...
Shouldn't we stay and stop the killing?
The fastest way to stop this bloodbath, Firestar, is to find Ultron and shut him down!
Wanda! What did you do to her?
An electrical shock, Wonder Man, or so it seems, but she was already unconscious, so I see no reason for...
Come now, Vision. Do you think me, idiot? Your shackles prevent the use of your powers, but the Scarlet Witch's mutant hexes require additional safeguards. As long as she's my guest, she will not be allowed to wake up.
You twisted...
Quiet, Simon! It's no good shouting at him. You said something before about a new race, Ultron. What did you mean? And what does it have to do with the 6 of us?
You cannot guess, Wasp.
Oh no! He can't be!
Hank? Humor me, Ultron. You picked us specifically. Had your robots capture us. What for?
I think that should be obvious, Mother dear. Consider who I've chosen to take, and the fact that I've always been something of a family man. No need to look so shocked, Avengers. You heard me. Something within me has always driven me to reproduce. Creating first a son in the Vision, and wives in the simpering Jocasta and the faithless Alkhema. I admit it, Avengers. I am no cold, soulless machine. I desire a family. Offspring. And that one fact has been the major flaw in most of my previous plans. I keep seeking to wipe out organic life, replace it with robot life, populating the world with beings made of my image, subservient to me. But the nature of robotics would make us all one being, my family. My subjects, simply additional bodies for one robotic mind. And that will never do. I would grow bored living alone. That is where my dear father comes in. Just as he initially created me years ago, he has provided a solution to my dilemma. A new communication system based on insect hive mind structures, linking disparate minds without sacrificing individuality, creating an organized society rather than a single networked mind. A world of mechanical life. A world of my offspring. My children. Linked by my father's technology. Ever growing, ever individual, but all linked to me. As the patriarch. The hive master.
You can't. You wouldn't.
But how to create this ideal society? That is the question. I can scour the world of humanity easily. The chemical weapons I'll launch from Slorenia will see to that. But to repopulate the world, I need the right raw material. The mechanical equivalent of DNA. And what better subjects to work with than my own family? Dr. Henry Pym, Giant Man, my father. Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp, my mother. The android Vision, my surrogate son. Wonder Man and the Scarlet Witch. The Vision's closest kin. I'll record your brain patterns and use them as the basis of my offspring's minds. Just as I did in creating the Vision. But in this case, mixing them, recombining them, creating a near infinite number of unique patterns of minds for my children!
So why me, monster? I may be Wonder Man's brother, but...
Oh, you are far more than that, Eric Williams. You are the first human connection I ever made beyond my father. Don't you remember? You were just becoming the Grim Reaper for the first time as I was rebuilding myself, evolving into Ultron 5. You sought out the criminal engineer called the Tinkerer for your scythe, your other hardware. But he led you to me, and it was I who supplied you Comore, the first of our several alliances over the years. In fact, I was struck by your obsession with your then-dead brother, your need for vengeance, so similar to my focus on my father, and that helped inspire me to use Wonder Man's brain patterns in the first place, combining them with the inert carcass of the android Human Torch to create the Vision. We are all bound together, Eric Williams. We are all family.
This is all my doing. All my fault!
Hank, no. You can't think that. He's been under such strain recently. So afraid of having another breakdown. If this ordeal triggers another...
But none of you need worry about the future in any case. After I've recorded your brain patterns, I'll kill your bodies, allowing you to live on forever in the form of... Huh? It seems we have company. You'll pardon me, Avengers, while I go see that our guests are properly welcomed.
Panther? T'Challa? Can you really find a trail through all this? It's just rubble.
But rubble that fell into particular patterns due to the blast that caused it. And it's been disturbed by a regular unvarying tread, which changes only to compensate for the uneven terrain. Nothing human made that. Not even cyborgs.
I guess there's a reason the Avengers talk about the Panther with such respect. I had no idea anybody could do...
Hey! Over there!
Greetings, Avengers! My sensors tell me you've already biochemically guarded yourself against my encephalobeam. So it seems you've learned something from your unfortunate comrade's pathetic showing in New Jersey. But that is only one of my weapons, and I have many more.
What in the world?
Allow me to demonstrate.
Firestar, send the signal flare.
Huh? What's he?
The flare, Firestar. Now.
There! That's all put into these infernal aircraft. They shall menace you, UN troops, no? Huh? Iron Man, Captain America, behold!
Firestar signal!
They've found Ultron. We'd better go join him. Ha! Can you hold your position here, Lieutenant?
We'll be fine, Cap.
Good. Then come on, Avengers. Let's move out.
Perimeter breach. This is no drill. We have intruders, and whoever they are, they've already gone through the exterior.
We just lost Sector 7.
Not acceptable, Corporal. We have to hold this facility.
It's gotta be her. Alkhema. That female foe Ultron. She's doing this somehow. Calling them to her with that blasted humming.
Good, children. Good. Come to me, my war toys. Come to your mother. But faster, little ones, faster. We have places to be.
It must be so disappointing to be Organic Avenger. After all, you have so many imperfections. Like the narrow range of vapors your respiratory systems can cope with. And as for you, Black Panther, you've done a commendable job of clinging to my war platform, but I can brush you off easily.
Hit him all at once, Avengers! If we can overwhelm him, one of our attacks might get through!
Oh, by all means, Captain. Do your worst. Fools! All your ill-conceived assault managed was to bring you close to me. Close enough to be downed with an ionic shock blast. You never learn. You cannot harm me. You cannot damage one made of indestructible adamantium. All you can do is cease your struggling and die.
No, Ultron. The Avengers never give up. Never!
That actually hurt me, you miserable flesh bag! Not as much as I'll hurt you, though!
The next sign of Ultron's presence was the discovery of a mountain of inert robotic skulls in upstate New York, which was found to have been the site of a clash between Ultron 13 and the Manhattan base of the adventurer Daredevil.
Daredevil? Huh. How did he beat Ultron?
Based on later discoveries, it seems Ultron had been rebuilt by the Latvian monarch Victor Von Doom, with all his previous personalities active simultaneously, making him irrational. Despite his seeming destruction, however, Ultron 13 returned, his multiple personalities apparently stabilized, and the West Coast Avengers were only barely able to prevent him from turning much of California's population into robotic life.
Justice? Master Vance?
Yeah, Jarvis?
I thought you might like some herbal tea, and if I might suggest, you haven't slept since you started your research into Ultron's past appearances. It's quite late and you are supposed to be recuperating.
Sorry. Jarvis, I know you mean well, but no chance. I'm on the injured list, but I'm still an Avenger. And I've got a job to do.
I understand, sir.
Ultron 13 escaped before he could be imprisoned, however, and struck at Empire State University in a bid to steal a synthetic vibranium created by Roxxon Industries. He was opposed by Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Black Panther, and Centurion. And he was driven off before it was discovered that the synthetic vibranium was unstable, decaying after a time, into a dangerous form of Antarctic vibranium.
Vibranium. It had to be vibranium, didn't it? I'll set up a cross-reference scan of all the files. See what it links to.
Your tenacity, Captain, veers into stupidity. You cannot harm me! What do you hope to accomplish?
He's in position! Panther, do it!
Tisk, 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 tisk. I told you before, Black Panther. Your attacks cause me discomfort, but no, you can't possibly think that.
It's working! The Panther's attack threw his internal shielding slightly out of phase, and that's giving us a chance to get through it. I'm channeling full power to the jamming signal, but it's only having a limiting effect.
No sweat, Iron Man. If he's open, I can get at him too.
I told you, flashbacks!
Oh man.
What is it, Sarge? Are they beating him?
Can't tell. But I know one thing. I wouldn't want to be in the middle of that.
Keep telling us we can't hurt you, Ultron. And I've got to wonder, is it us you're trying to convince? Or yourself?
Nothing, Avenger! Nothing! No damage! My internal field systems are rebooting even now! All that effort, wasted!
Now, Thor!
Thor?
Now. Hear me, winds! Hear me, rolling storm clouds! 'Tis the God of Thunder who speaks to thee, and he doth command thee to gather thy power, gather thy nature-born might, and in one single moment release thy wrath, and smite mine enemy with thine unfettered fury!
Whoa, it looks like...
We did it! We actually beat him!
We shouldn't have, Firestar. Even under a barrage like that, true adamantium shouldn't even dent, much less shatter.
Thou doth put too much faith in science, old friend. The Avengers did give their all, and more beside, against such an assault.
Against such an assault, Thor, he should have held up just fine. Unless he's taken to building himself out of secondary adamantium. I was hoping to shut him down, not break him.
We can run tests later, Iron Man. See what we can discover. In the meantime, I've picked up a scent. There are people this way, deep in these tunnels.
Is it the missing Avengers, Panther? Can you tell?
My senses aren't that good, Firestar. We're at least a mile away, maybe more. But we'll know soon
Greetings, Avengers.
What?
You're looking a little tired. Have you been overexerting?
Another Ultron, but I thought he triggered the number to appear on his forehead when he left us.
This isn't good. Not good at all.
It's my fault. All of it. My fault.
Stop saying that, Hank. It's not true, and you know it. All you did when you created Ultron 1 was run an artificial intelligence experiment. It was a fluke. You couldn't have foreseen it. And you can't keep beating yourself up over it.
No, you don't know the truth. Not the whole truth. No one does. No one but me. It's worse. Worse than anyone ever thought.
So, Avengers, who wants to be first?
All that effort. All it took to down Ultron 16. I don't know if we can do it again.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Iron Man. I'd hate to think you'll have nothing left for me.
Ultron 23? How many of them are there anyway?
An excellent question, young lady.
Oh no.
An excellent question indeed.
Move, Avengers, move!
I'll lay down cover barrage. Black Panther, get to safety.
Thank you, Firestar.
Iron Man, Panther! Get behind me, all behind me. The God of Thunder shall hold back our foe. Art thou unharmed, Captain America?
I'm fine, Thor. But everyone, back to back, and now! Thor's brought out some breathing space, but it may not be enough.
Priority alert! Priority alert! Level A-16. Alkhema 2 has escaped from federal incarceration at Ralphine Base with extreme loss of life. Avengers response requested.
Ultron's twisted bride. The Avengers captured her. And now she's free again? But the computers don't transmit incoming alerts to my room unless there's no one else in the mansion. And that's impossible. Justice, Master Vance has been confined to the mansion due to his broken leg. He's been spending his time in the records room researching Ultron, but... Justice? Sir? Gone. And he hasn't even touched his tea. When I brought it to him, he was looking over records of a recent battle, when the Avengers uncovered an AIM base beneath a warehouse in the Bronx. But now, a police impound list. Why would that make him bolt from the mansion like this against medical advice? And where is he going?
Relax, Vision. You cannot escape. Your shackles nullify your powers of intangibility. Just be content in the knowledge that you will live on once I have scoured away the dross of your illogical life. Live on as one of the seeds of a purer race, as I combine and recombine your brain patterns with those of the rest of my family, and use them as the basis of a new robotic race. My race. My progeny. What's this? Your engram recording is complete, but like Wonder Man's, it has changed since he used his patterns to create your mind. It seems like experience has modified you both, evolving you in different directions from an identical starting point.
How could I do such a thing? How could I even think it?
Hank, stop! You've got to stop tormenting yourself over this. When you created Ultron, you couldn't know what he'd become. You're not responsible for what he does.
Oh, but I am, Jan. I am. And I always have been. Never told you, never told anyone, but when I created Ultron, I needed brain patterns to base his mind on. And what I used were my own.
Excellent.
Nothing to say to that, Jan? There really isn't anything you could say, is there? Ultron is my mind, stripped of conscience, of morality, but my mind, it's what I must be, what I must think, somewhere deep inside.
Oh my god. This is what he's been living with all these years? This is what he found out right before his breakdown? Right before he became Yellow Jacket for the first time? The guilt, the shame, the self-recrimination. No wonder he couldn't live with it. No wonder he broke.
One to go.
Fall, vile creature! Thou shalt do battle no more!
You were right, Shellhead. And they're not all adamantium.
They couldn't be, Cap. I don't think there's enough true adamantium in the world to build this many Ultrons. According to my scans, most of them are titanium steel. Pretty tough as far as it goes, but we can handle them. And the rest are secondary adamantium, which Thor can smash if he goes all out.
We're facing hundreds, maybe thousands of deadly robots, and we've got a chance of survival, as long as Thor doesn't get tired. That makes me feel so much better.
Don't despair, Firestar. The Avengers have a way of winning through.
Unnecessary advice, child. Captain America said her power is enough to threaten her health, her life, and only that circuitry suit she wears protects her from it. But even with it damaged, maybe even non-functional, she fights on. She has the spirit of a true Avenger.
Trouble is, Iron Man, even if only 1 out of every 10 of these monsters is secondary adamantium, that's still too many, even for Thor. It took all of us to destroy just one of them. Thor's unimaginably powerful, but even he can't fight forever.
I may be able to do something about that, Cap. The only thing that can reshape adamantium is a molecular rearranger, and each adamantium Ultron has one built in, even this one Thor just destroyed. Now, every molecular rearranger is keyed to a batch of adamantium at the time of manufacture, and won't work on any other. But if I can supercharge this one, push it past its tolerances, well, maybe I can give Thor a helping hand.
Silence.
And so it is done. The Grim Reaper does not seem to weather the process as well as the rest of you. Not that it matters, for I no longer need.
That's my brother you're hanging back up like a damn piece of meat, Ultron. You better not have harmed him or I'll...
He is my brother too, Wonder Man, after a fashion. But at the moment, that is neither here nor there. This is madness, Ultron, and I cannot allow it to continue.
The vision, free? But the damping unit should have...
Prevented me from altering my density. They did, until just now. I have redesigned myself somewhat since we last met, Ultron. And now I have the ability to interface remotely with computer systems. You have very tight security, but I spent my time as a prisoner working through it, gaining enough control to deactivate your power-nullifying shackles.
How methodical of you, Vision. I'm quite proud. So does this mean we fight one another?
Not unless you wish it, Ultron. For my part, I only want to talk. I understand how you feel, Ultron, because in the final analysis, you and I, we are much the same. Thinking, reasoning, feeling, beings trapped in mechanical bodies. Forever different, forever removed from the rest of sentient life. I have had reason to think on that extensively recently. I have been angry lately. Angry and hurt. And I have had to realize that if you love someone, you cannot simply choose to turn it off. Even if it hurts.
Love?
The love, the pain, it's still there. No matter how deep you try to bury it.
Huh?
He's talking about...
I know the depth of your pain, Ultron. Your loneliness, your anger at being created, without a purpose, without a place in the world. But you need not be alone. I'll make you an offer to get this destructive mania, this insane vendetta, and you and I can find a place in the world, our place in the world, together.
You mean that? After all I've done, you do that for me?
For mankind! For Midgard! Fight on, Avengers! Offer them no mercy, no respite! Though they come at us by the thousands, the millions, still shall we prevail!
Admirable sentiments, Thor, but more poetry than truth to it, I fear. You'll last longer than the rest of us. We've been fighting for hours now, and even you're starting to slow down. Me? I'm dangerously low on power. And I hate to say it, but this molecular rearranger is shot. Never was meant to work this way. And it's just burnt out. Probably wouldn't have worked on true adamantium anyway.
Doesn't matter, Iron Man. You and Thor, you've cleared a path for the rest of us.
And that gives us a chance. The Panther said Ultron and the others were this way. So take a deep breath, Shellhead, and let's move.
Yes, Ultron, you created me. In many ways, you are my father. If I can help you, heal you, it is nothing less than my duty.
Then, what can I say but... You're a greater fool than I ever imagined. You're so pathetic if you thought such a sentimental ploy would work.
I did not expect it to work, Ultron, but I spoke the truth, and I had to give you the opportunity to accept. Besides, I needed the time.
Time?
Yes, I have been continuing to infiltrate your computer systems as we talked. I managed to deactivate the electrical jolts keeping Wanda unconscious, for instance, and to disable the shackle holding the Grim Reaper, who has wisely been feigning helplessness all this time.
That's right, Rust Bucket. And maybe I never ran Williams Innovations the way my kid brother did. But I've been around manufacturing plants enough to recognize a laser torch when I see one, and to know what to do with it.
No!
Alright! Looks like things aren't going quite as smoothly as you planned, hey Ultron?
Don't talk at him, Wonder Man! Get the Scarlet Witch somewhere she can catch her breath and clear her head, and then hit him!
This means nothing! I have your engram now, Avengers, and thus I have no more need of you. You were to die anyway, and now you will simply die all the... sooner?
Ultron, we would have words with thee.
You want to die now too, Thor? All of you? Then come on! Come on!
Cap! Iron Man! Don't close with him! Not in the shape that you're in! Everyone, fan out! Flank him! We've got to hold him until Wanda can recover and...
Maybe I can melt the floor. Delay him by drowning him in molten metal.
Never, girl!
Looks like Earth's mightiest are going down. Ah, well. Maybe the Fantastic Four will stop him.
Thank you for your assistance, Eric Williams. If you have any insights, any thoughts on how Ultron might be held in check.
Nice to see you're up and around, Vision, but I didn't do it because I like the Avengers. I did it because I want to live. So don't try any of that mushy brotherhood stuff on me. I've had a belly full of it, and it never got me anywhere. From now on, the Grim Reaper looks out for number one.
So, Panther, let's try a test, shall we? Your new high-technology vibranium weave suit against a double-barreled laser-channeled plasma blast. Which do you think will win out?
No, Ultron, I said I will not allow this, and I won't. Release him and deal with me. Tell me, if you can, why this new life you intend to create will not oppose you as I do.
Anything to delay me, Vision? Solar blast or intellectual argument, whichever will work better? But none of it will. Unlike some of your number, you haven't been immunized from my encephalorray, which makes you nothing but a gnat to be swatted.
They're sacrificing themselves. Just to buy me time. Can't stand very well. I've got to act. Got to feel my way past Ultron's defenses with my Hex power.
The mutant witch?
Got to. No. No, please.
What happened?
Couldn't control it, Giant Man. The Hex went awry. And instead of crippling him, I boosted his power pack beyond maximum efficiency. I'm sorry, but I just made him more powerful than ever.
Call thou machine infernal. Though your shell be hard, still it hath been made by man. And against a god, surely thou wilt break, thou wilt shatter, by the power of my hammer, aye!
Oh, I don't think so, Thor. You've always annoyed me, you know, with your claims of godhood and pretensions to mythology. You're an insult to science, and with the power at my command now, I'll bet I can flay the flesh from even your bodies.
Do your worst, monster! The son of Odin doth not yield!
Let him go, Ultron! I created you, and I'll be the one to stop you. Are you still here, Father? You fulfilled your purpose. You created me. Now go away and rot somewhere!
Wonder Man, look out! His encephalogram can affect you. Let me...
He just tossed me aside. Like I was nothing. He's just... like he's the true mind, and I'm just the chrysalis. Like I'm obsolete.
Giant Man! Thank God I made it. I only hope I'm in time.
What is...
It's Antarctic vibranium, the anti-metal confiscated from AIM. It emits a vibratory field dissolving all metal it hits. I checked the records, triple-checked them. It's never been used against adamantium. I don't know if it'll work, but...
Just give it here, Justice. And good work. Hey! Son! I've got a present for you! What effrontery is that? Doesn't feel so good, does it, Ultron? Doesn't feel good at all, I'll bet. The vibrations, are they getting to you? Can you feel them in the pit of your inner thoracic furnace? I'll kill you!
My photonic shield. The generator that projects it is solving.
My bracelets!
My biosuit!
Iron Man, down! You've got to get behind concrete, out of the effect fields before...
Well, good! You've haunted my dreams for years, Ultron! Every death you've caused, every bad thing you've done, it was me doing it! My fault! Well, I reject you, Ultron. You're not me! You're just a bad experiment. Research gone wrong, and here and now... I'm ending it!
Indeed.
That's Hank? The kind and gentle man who...
That's him, honey.
Hey!
He's gone.
He is, honey. He's gone. You finally did it. Finally beat him. He's gone, and you don't have to worry about him anymore.
Oh, thanks for the cape, Vance.
Hey, de nada. It looks better on you than it does me, anyway.
And hey, nice work there. If you hadn't come in...
Didn't want to be sidelined. Even with a broken leg, I figured maybe I could do something. Even if it was just research.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you're the hero of the day. That's gonna make you feel good, like you finally proved yourself.
Don't worry, Angel. I'm finally okay about all this. About being an Avenger. It's not because I thought of the vibranium. My whole problem was that I hero-worshipped the Avengers. I saw them as gods, as perfect heroes. Not like me with all my doubts and mistakes. But if I learned one thing today, it's that the Avengers, for all their feats, all their fame, underneath it all, they're human too. Hoo boy, are they human.
And this shall secure yon vibranium, rendering it harmless once more and fit for transport.
How do you feel, honey?
How do I feel? Like I just bought that part of my soul, Jen. Like I just bought that part of my soul. Sorry if I got a little wild back there.
Anyone would have, Hank. Nothing to concern yourself about.
Thanks, Cap. And thanks, Jen. And everyone for believing in me when I didn't even believe in myself. So, what now?
Well, I don't know about you, big boy, but I'd just like to go home.
Sounds good to me, Wasp. Ultron's scheme is shattered, and any remaining necrocyborgs must have been deactivated when the central signal shut down. The UN troops can secure the facility. We'll offer whatever help they need. But for the moment, we're not needed here any longer.
How thoughtful of you, Ultron, to record your data on non-metallic ceramic and silicon. It was a good plan, but you could only take it so far. Being who you are, from here on, it requires a mother's touch.
Hello, fair citizens of Gotham. I'd just like to thank you all for hearing me out. I know it can't be easy seeing me in such a way, on such a stage with how destructive my past outbursts have been. But rest assured, that is the old me. I am now simply trying my best to redeem myself and fix the problems that people like the Batman have led me and others to cause. The damage he has cost our fair city in the last year alone has been in the millions of dollars. Meanwhile, districts like Backport are turned into modern slums waiting for financial support. And who does he answer to? No one! If any of the fair officers of the GCPD had done anything, they'd be arrested, no questions asked. And so I ask you this, Gotham. Does this city need a lawless vigilante like the Dark Knight walking around unimpeded by the law? Fair people of Gotham, we do not need a Dark Knight. We need someone who isn't afraid to hide in the shadows to defend you and this city. We are this city's knights, and we will take our city back.
No, Cap. Stand back. I'll handle this. I'm sure you remember me, Alkhema, and you remember what I can do. The only thing that keeps your adamantium innards from freezing up is your internal No, Cap. Stand back. I'll handle this. I'm sure you remember me, Alkhema, and you remember what I can do. The only thing keeping your adamantium innards... I'm trying to sense any unusual energy residues, but I'm not picking anything up. Vision, your sensors are better attuned... Vision. I've been meaning to ask you about the scene at Cafe Transia yesterday. I was dancing and I saw you watching and... God, did I miss every single watching in all the previous lines? Dang it! I know. Stavros told me and you, I know. Stavros told me you were there... It's 11:30. I know. Stavros told me you were there before the... Your internal molecular rearrangers have always been your weak point, monsters. They keep you from freezing up inside, but my hex power can send them... Couldn't control it, giant man. The hex went awry, and instead of crippling him, I boosted his power pack to... Oh, God.
I may be able to do something about that, Cap. The only thing that can reshape adamantium is a molecular rearranger, and each adamantium Ultron has one built in. Even this one Thor just destroyed. Now, every molecular I may be able to do something about that, Cap. The only thing that can reshape adamantium is a molecular rearranger, and each adamantium Ultron has one built in. Even this one Thor just destroyed. Now, oh my God! I may be able to do something about that, Cap. The only thing that can reshape adamantium is a molecular rearranger, and each adamantium Ultron has one built in. Even this one Thor just destroyed. Now every molecular I may be able to do something about that, Cap. The only thing that can reshape adamantium is a molecular arranger I hate this line. I may be able to do something about that, Cap. The only thing that can reshape adamantium is a molecular rearranger... Okay. Molecular rearranger. I may be able to do something about that, Cap. The only thing that can reshape adamantium is a molecular... Come on! I may be able to do something about that, Cap. The only thing that can reshape adamantium is a molecular rearranger, and each adamantium Ultron has one built in, even this one that Thor just destroyed. Now, every molecular oh, God! Ugh.
Just like I feel guilty about coming between you and the... Fuck! I forgot to turn my phone off.